Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. I do a lot of type 4 natural hair care videos. I also do sprinkle in some lifestyle and fashion as well. So if you're into that, take a look around, subscribe. Now, today I'm really excited about this video because I have a guest licensed cosmetologist, Destiny Johnson, as well as my girl Abby from the Coily crew, who really had with me a discussion about how, content creators or influencers, hairstylists, and the consumer can all work together. And you know what? This is a conversation that I think is so needed, and it was very cool to have just, a consumer's point of view about, how they use YouTube and how they use stylists. And I think that it's a perspective that's often missing because the people that, are on YouTube present themselves and, kind of you guys, the audience, only have a say in the comments. Now, I'm not saying that either one of three of us are going to speak for everybody, but I do think that it was a really cool and balanced discussion. And I decided for you guys to add a snippet of the whole Patreon live stream, which was about an hour, maybe even a little over an hour long. But this snippet I felt was very special. And so here it goes. I love, Destiny, that you are a cosmetologist who still watches YouTube, because there does seem to be some type of polarizing, I don't even know, conversation happening between hairstylists and influencers. And where do you see influencers fitting in the mix, right? So we have, like Abby saying, I want to see someone I consider like a girlfriend telling me about these products and showing me what she's doing. But I also desire to go to a professional to learn about my hair in particular. Mm-hmm. Do you see it that way? How do you feel that influencers fit into the mix, or how hairstylists fit?
Right. I feel like both are needed, and that both really, we can really help each other, honestly, because I do feel like I'm in a unique position in that I love both sides of it. Like if the influencer stopped making YouTube videos, my favorite ones, it would hurt. A lot of these people I've never met or even had a conversation like I'm having with you, but you do feel like you know them, like they're your friends. And so, like Abby said, it's like going to your girlfriend and being like, girl, what you think about this product, or what I'm having this. I would miss that. And then on the flip side, I think a cosmetologist is like, it's like the relationship between some people have with their doctor, in a sense. Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't trust doctors, right? Like they're like, I'll do anything I can to stay away from the doctor's office, which they should. You should, not that you can't trust them, but it's like, take care of your health, before you need a doctor. But every once in a while hopefully you find a good doctor and you trust them and you feel like they're listening to you. And sometimes you really have to go to the doctor. Like, you just have to sometimes, even if you don't want to, you have to, because they're trained, they're the professional, and they can help you in a way that you can't do on your own at home. And so I think that the influencers gave me freedom with my hair, that if I want to go on vacation, like I lived in Florida for 4 years and I loved going to the beach, especially from being born and raised in Nebraska. All we have is like a really pitiful lake. So going to somewhere with the ocean and being able to get in the water, influencers helped me to not take my hair so seriously, that I could go to the beach and know that I could go home and do a quick routine to put my hair in some rinse, put my hair in some chunky twist, throw it in a bun, and go about my day. But the professional side, especially what I'm learning with Cut It Kinky, or the videos that you made with like I Am Black Girl Curls, they're also helping me to simplify my thought process, and what a professional can help you do. So I think both together really help us as women, Black women in particular, to have a freedom with our hair that we never had before. And that is very much needed. And I have seen that when people try to DIY some things and they're doing these crazy things that they learned on YouTube, or I knew a lot of girls at school were learning things from like Facebook and forums on Facebook. They were doing insane stuff to their hair and still making it super complicated. And unfortunately, even some professionals would promote it in a way like, yeah, do this, do that. And you're like, wait. And so I think that there is, like, you need a logical professional to step in and be like, wait, you guys, you know this is not normal, right? Like, you know, this is crazy. But every professional is not going to be for every person the same way every influencer is not for every person. I am not following every influencer. I am very selective with the time I spend watching someone's video, and if I trust them, that's on me. And I think that as the consumer, you all have to be selective on who you're choosing to partner with as a professional, the same way you should be selective with what doctor you're going to. I have been to doctors where I've had health problems and I've actually written out symptoms I've had and wrote dates about how I felt after this or that, and they're not listening to me and they want to write out a prescription 10 minutes later. That's not the doctor for me, right? So if I'm a consumer and I go to a cosmetologist and I walk in with my hair like this, and he or she is like, oh my God, your hair is so thick. You know, you have to come to me with your hair pre-detangled. You have to come to me with your hair blown out to get a trim. Maybe that's not the professional for you, but the professional is slowly getting out there. And just like with a doctor, it takes time to find the right one for you. But I do feel a shift, and I do feel like it's someone out there for you, you know, but the influencers and the professional are so needed. I want both. I am a professional licensed cosmetologist, and I still want to watch some of my favorite YouTubers. I do. And so I don't see why we can't help each other, why we can't coexist. And you're going to show your viewers how to have the freedom to, you don't have time to come into an appointment every time. You might want to go on a little vacay with your husband, and you want to be able to take care of your hair if you guys go get in the pool or something. I'm not going to be there with you to do your hair on your vacation. So you're going to show your viewers how you take care of your hair when you want to do something freeing and fun. And then that same viewer might need to come to me to get a professional trim, because you've seen what happens when people cut their own hair at home.
Yes.
You've seen when people start doing the baking soda, and I have a client who has beautiful hair, but she did a protein treatment and then a baking soda treatment and then some other kind of treatment, and her hair start breaking off. And it's like, stop, go see a professional. If you think something's wrong with your hair, let someone look at it I'm seeing so many different textures all the time, week after week. Let me help you. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to say you should know how to do your hair outside of my chair. I want you to. I want you to know. So you know, that's when I even suggest certain YouTubers to certain clients, depending if I trust what the YouTuber is saying, and I like how they're taking care of their hair. And some of them I've seen have partnered with professionals. I might say, have you seen so-and-so? And what they have hair that seems a little bit similar to yours, not exactly. Maybe you should check them out. You know, I feel like they go hand in hand. They can.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't like the expression DIY, because I'm also unique in that I actually grew up in Ireland where there are no Black. So in a way, I was forced to do my hair. And now that I'm an adult and I have my own income, if I could go to the hair salon every week, I would.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? As in, so I don't actually really want to do my hair, but because I do wash and goes, I do. But I'm very interested in going to a salon where, you know, we could do all those special things, massage, like for me, I don't, so that's why I really don't like the term DIY. I think it's more like daily hair care, or as you said, I'm going on holiday, my hairstylist isn't there, what should I do? Like, I feel DIY makes it sound like you want to do it yourself. You don't want it, you know, whereas it's more like it's because most of us don't have a choice. But if we had a choice, we would take that option. So that's why I really don't like the phrase DIY, as in I don't want to do it myself. I really don't. I enjoy that. No, I just don't. I don't.
Yeah. I like that though. I never thought about it because where I am, a lot of people are doing it themselves because they don't know if they can trust someone with their hair, natural hair in particular. So that's a different perspective. I like what you did. Yeah, I appreciate what you said.
No, so that's why I'm always saying to people, like, oh, you know, as you get older, you really know that everything isn't about money and saving time. And I think that's why I was attracted to the black curl magic or whatever, because I'm like, they understand that some of us have jobs. We don't have time. Do you know what I mean? As in, and then maybe that's our special way of taking care of ourselves, going to someone to, like, I just like people touching my hair. If I'm not scared they're damaging it, let me just say it like that. So I think there is a market there, but I also understand that a chemical treatment, the profit margins would be more. It probably isn't as hard on your body and all these things. But that's my own wish. Like, I'm like, I wish I could go regularly for someone. And I say do my hair, let me just say pamper me, because I don't really like you, my goals are very simple. I don't have, like, I'm happy with my hair as it is now, shrinkage not. So I'm not likely to really do, you know, crazy hairstyles or anything, but I would still go regularly if I could. I absolutely would. If there was someone around me. And trust is critical for me, because for me, it's slightly different. My youngest childhood, I grew up in Nigeria, and my own impression is that it is like you have to insult the child's hair you're doing. So I would sit there and it's like, what's this hair? This thing. So, and everyone I know went through it. So it's like doing hair is when you're going to be insulted. Look at her face. What is she doing? Look at, you know, like that was the whole session. So I associate it with like torture. I don't want to be tortured. I don't want to be made feel bad. Or like you were saying, you come in and it's like, oh, this hair.
Yes.
I'm here to feel good. So that's why I really liked what you were saying about the experience. So for me, visiting a stylist is the experience, you know, more so than wanting to get a complicated hairstyle or something that I can't do myself or that sort of thing. So I'm really happy, and my heart is like gladdening. Like maybe this will be a worldwide phenomenon and there will be a stylist sometime near me that I could visit weekly or monthly or whatever. But I would be really happy to. Absolutely. If I could, I would. If there was someone I could trust, I really would. But for me, hairstylist is that trust, and that I just prepare myself to be mocked. So 3 years ago, I got my hair cut, but I just chose someone who does curly hair. This was in Nigeria. And he was just like the whole time, why don't you get a wig? Why don't you do this? You know, do your makeup. You know, and I'm like, I'm here to feel good. Like,
right.
You know, so when he calls me back, I'm like, I'm not going back, because anytime I go there, all of you guys are on my case. You know, I'm not doing. But if you weren't, I would, you know, and you look like you don't want to cut my hair. But what you said makes sense, because for him, a wig is a lot more profitable, or, you know, so he's trying to shift me in those directions, you know, but unfortunately, he does it in a very negative way, like trying to make me feel bad that I should be doing these things, you know. Anyway, yeah, so that's it with hairstylists.
I think that this conversation is very refreshing, because it kind of explains that there is a place for everything, right? I don't think that influencers are ever going to go anywhere because one, it's good entertainment. It's interesting. People still want that girlfriend vibe, you know, and at the end of the day, the hairstylist is not going home with the customer, is not going home with the client. But also, you know, I go to the salon to get the experience, you know, I love massages and facials, and I see that, you know, the same thing. You know, when I go to the hairstylist, I know she's going to shampoo my hair and it's going to feel so good. And I know she's going to tell me exactly like what areas of my hair are doing well and which ones I could work on and recommend, you know, the right treatments for me. But it really is all in, like what you were saying, Destiny, you know, finding the right one. And special thanks to Destiny Johnson and Abby A for joining me on this discussion. You can see the whole discussion on Patreon. I encourage you to look at it, subscribe, support your girl, support this channel if you enjoy the work that I do, and also take a look at the catalog of videos that I have there that are not available here on YouTube, including the live streams. If you enjoyed this, make sure you give a thumbs up and also chime down below, like, what is your perspective? I think it's so important for us to have these conversations because I think they're well needed. I don't think that anybody should be really at odds with anybody. We're all here for the same reason, at least those of us who are here for this reason, and that is to help people along with their natural hair care journey. You know, it doesn't have to be difficult or hard. You know, for me, I feel I bring this relatability factor where I'm not perfect, but I have found a lot of success in the practices that I do. And, you know, hairstylists and you guys have your own perspective on why you watch and what you do. And so I think that this is a very juicy and it could be a very fruitful conversation. So go ahead and chime down below. If you are interested in my Patreon group, there's going to be a link down below for you guys to check it out and support your girl. And also, if you are interested in any of my natural hair care videos, I have a full playlist of like all of my videos right here. And if you're interested in my particular hair regimen routine, I have a playlist here. I feel like I'm a little off camera. So check those out. I love you all. And thanks for the support, you guys. I'm looking forward to bringing more content for you, and stay tuned for some fashion content this month especially, all right? I love y'all. Mwah.